So welcome back to the 10-minute AI grid, where I'm going to be showing you guys how to learn AI in 10 minutes or less. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can actually make super high realistic photos like this one here and like this one here of normal individuals. These are completely AI generated. And of course, we're going to be using these for marketing purposes or for advertising purposes or organic marketing. So this is, the main basis of what you want to use, because I think this is going to explode. Nanobanana Pro is here, and these kind of pictures, most people don't have the right prompt structure. So I'm going to show you guys how you can dial in your prompt structure, get these images that look super realistic, and then of course use them for your organic marketing. So first, in order to get a picture that's this high quality and this, AI driven, that has this level of realism, what ideally we want to be doing is breaking this down into multiple different factors. And that's what I've done by organizing the prompt into different sections. So in my school community, I've actually got this prompt template, which is a realism prompt template, and it just breaks everything down into, different areas and the level of details that allow you to get this prompt. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this male one, because this is, it's super long, but I do believe that this is probably the best way that you can truly get the level of realism that you need to. And of course, you can change anything that you do want. So all of these subjects, you can change the subject, you can change the outfit, and you can change the details. You can remove this. So it's a bit of like a plug and play kind of thing. So once you do have this, of course, you want to make sure that you go into Nanobanana Pro, and then you can just, hit enter. And then it's going to load Nanobanana Pro, and then it's going to give you back an image. Now with that image, of course, what we then want to do, I'm going to show you guys how we can then tune that image so that we can have really specific things in that image. So you can see Nanobanana Pro has finished thinking here, and it's given us this really specific image. Like I said, remember guys, if you want anything, if you want, an old man, an old woman, this is the kind of selfie prompt. Of course, you can change it from selfie to, in a different environment. This is just one example, but remember, you have the subject, you have, the style, you have the outfit, you got the pose, you got the environment, and you got the rendering characteristics. But with this, what ideally we want to do here is we want to basically click full download, because if you're talking with this in the chat window, it actually won't work. I've tested this several times. Your image will get messed up. It'll get blurred. There'll be a bunch of different things, but I'm going to show you guys the best use cases. So just download full size image. And now remember guys, the realism from this is the fact that there are imperfections. So if you're wondering, what the key takeaway is here, it's the imperfections, like the scuffs, like the messy hair, the messy bedroom, all of this. It just adds to that subtleness of like it being an, human generated images, because AI generated images are usually pretty perfect. So let's say you actually wanted to use this for like marketing or something. The best use cases that I've found for, hyper realistic photos is number one, organic marketing, and number two, clothes try on for whatever your clothing brand may be. And I know these are two super specific ones, but I'm going to show you guys how I would use this in my brand. So let's say I wanted to, show someone that was organically promoting one of my products. I'd show you guys exactly what I do. What you want to do is just head on over to Google Whisk, and then you want to click the plus icon on the top left, and then you just want to add in your image. So your guy, that recently downloaded image, and then you want to add in again, just click it one more time, and then add in whatever image it is that you do want. So for me, it's this AI poster that I have. I don't have an event coming soon, but this is just like, an image. And essentially I want to then click both of them. So now it's going to use both of those images. So then what I'll do is I'll then actually change aspect ratio, ensure it's on portrait. And then I'll put man with poster in background, iPhone selfie. And the reason we want to do this is because what this does is this keeps the competition and adds your image into it. The reason we want to use Google Whisk, I'll leave a link to Google Whisk. The Google Whisk is basically a Nanobanana playground. And if you do it in the chat window, you're much more prone to errors, and you're going to be prone to burning credits. So click enter. And if you are wondering how much credits you got left, if you hit top right, you'll be able to see just how many credits you have. Now I've got the ultra plan, so I've got tons of credits, but each one of these is a very small amount of credits. So here you can see, after using this, you can see I've literally got a photorealistic person that's able to give me a complete, thing with my poster in the background. So if I had an event and I was like, let's say I wanted to pretend that more people were coming to my event than actually were, this is an easy way that I could do that. And people would be like, wow, like this guy's got, all these random, micro influencers, of course, not famous people, but at the same time, this kind of thing for organic marketing is extremely, extremely powerful. And I think most people are sleeping on this because most people don't know this exists. So once again, this is just another tutorial to show you. Of course, you can use different subjects if you want. Now, let's say I wanted to switch it to the girl. I'll just upload the girl, and I would put girl with poster in background, iPhone selfie. It's important that you make sure you do iPhone selfie and you do girl with poster in background, because if you just do girl with poster in background and you don't say iPhone selfie, what tends to happen is Nanobanana will then input a random variable and it will just change absolutely everything. So you can see right here when I've not done, iPhone selfie, it'll just change randomly. And this is not what you want. It just uses the subjects. So if we then do iPhone selfie natural, basically, if you just keep adjusting it, you'll then see that, this is what we want in terms of like a natural selfie with poster in background. Okay. So this is the first kind of image here, which is pretty cool, just depending on what you want. And then this one as well looks really cool. But some of these, they don't really look that natural. I could also add messy bedroom. So if I add messy bedroom as well, that's probably a lot better. So ideally you want the, prompt here to resemble this as much. And of course, adding in that then subject. So like I said, there are some mistakes that will happen. But like I said, after a few trial and error, you can eventually get the right result that you do want. And I think this is incredible for marketing. So don't sleep on Google Whisk. As long as you, really specify what you want, you can really generate high realism photos that just make your online brand a lot better. Maybe you've got a cafe, you want to see people sitting in your cafe. Maybe you've got a different brand. This is just what I'm using moving forward. Thought it'd be helpful. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to check out the school community or resources, link in the description.